If you want to build a legacy through leadership, you have to know how to receive. Who here loves to receive? You see that? Only about half of us raised our hand, and the other half, it's tentative, right? There's some sort of resistant energy, like receiving is so bad. It's interesting because I would always tell someone as I business coach them, your problem is you don't think you're enough and you're afraid to receive. You don't think you're worthy of what you have. What changed that for me, because I had that problem, was I started thinking the more that I receive, the more that I can give. I started changing and shifting my energy about receiving and realizing that receiving was just as important as giving. The problem that I had was that most of my life, I thought, gosh, if I had to bankrupt my personal values, would I bankrupt those? My ethics, my character, my legacy? No way. If I had to bankrupt my experiential values, blank my slate of all the experiences, education, people I've met, mentorship, mistakes that I've made, would I bankrupt that? No way. Would I bankrupt my giving values, my brand, my legacy, all the people I've assisted and helped in my life? Would I bankrupt that? No way. Would I bankrupt my financial values? Would I bankrupt everything I had? Now, unintentionally, I did. But the irony of my life was 99% of my entire life was spent worrying about what I was going to receive. And number one, I had a problem receiving. And two, it was the only thing that I still am willing to bankrupt. But we spend 99% of our time focusing on receiving, yet we're afraid or we don't know how to receive. And it's so important to understand that. When I turned 30 years old, I was a millionaire. I never had to work again. And I had this great entrepreneurial father who never really was good. I don't talk about him much, but my mom's not here this time, so I could talk about him. But my dad was a true entrepreneur. Retired when he was 30, bought horses, raced, trained, owned harness horses. No, he wasn't a jockey. I'm not that small. But no, seriously, my dad was a super entrepreneur, and he lived like ever he wanted, and it wasn't so good for marriage, obviously. He was a gambler. But on my 30th birthday, my dad gave me a present, and I was really excited, right? I was 30 years old. My dad he had a thing about birthdays. I don't believe in birthdays. That's what he used to tell me. And he looked at me, probably the best advice he ever gave. He said, Dave, I want you to hang this jacket, not wear it. I'm like, you just gave me this cool jacket, I can't wear it. He goes, no, I want you to hang it in your closet, and every day I want you to look at it to remind yourself you can't take anything with you. You work so hard for money all the time. You're focused. You have this beautiful family, you have this great house, all these people in the community, and all you give a shit about is making money and receiving. Look at that jacket and change your life. Now, no more than 5 years later, I lost everything. I lost everything I had. I worked really hard to gain it. I came from nothing, but that jacket was there. And I looked at it, sorry, and I still have it, because my dad passed away this year. And people always say, sorry, you don't talk about your dad that much, right? I'll tell you why. Because he was mean. He was, right? He had his ego out of control, and it hurts to talk about him normally. But we learn from all sides of our parents, the best and the worst parts of them. Some of the greatest people that I know who mentor me have mommy and daddy issues far beyond mine, but they motivate us. They motivate us. And one of the things I learned from him, besides what not to do as a father, was that money doesn't buy happiness. That my financial values, my receiving values have to change. And so I shifted my paradigm in life to look at those 4 values and create a legacy that would carry on. I have these great mentors that I think about, like Napoleon Hill and Wayne Dyer and Cynthia Kersey and even my dad. And I think to myself, if I can be like them, if I can accumulate all that they've taught me, I may be able to pass on that happiness that I have in my life, the ability to have everything that I want. And it's so powerful. And what I'd like to do is if everybody could stand up for 1 second. It's good to exercise after you eat. Thank you very much, Newport Beach Rib Company. It was amazing. Just what I didn't need after the Dodger game last night. Give them a big round of applause. So I want you to start practicing something right now. If everyone could just close their eyes for 1 second. I want you to think about the one person, past or present, that had the most impact on your life, on your either personal values, your experiential values, your giving values, your receiving values. I want you to think about that leader that created a legacy that still lives on even when you close your eyes. That one person that has impacted you so much. I want you to think about everything that they did for you. And I want you to give them a big round of applause. Everybody give them a big round of applause, whoever that person is. Now, when you think of that person, I want you to just do one more thing. I want you to take that hero of yours and live your life like them. You've created your own future. You've created your own destiny. You've created your own legacy. It's right there in your mind every day. That one person, just think about when things get tough or things are too good or you just are questioning your existence or you're feeling down or feeling low. I close my eyes and think of that one person, and I want to be my own hero. And it's easy. The problem is we don't take one deep breath every day just to be that person. You've already been given the gift by that legacy. You are already a leader. It sits within you. Just follow that dream. Be your own hero. I appreciate everyone's time. Be a leader through legacy. Thank you so much.